Mike? Okay,
All right, hey Sanjay.
got the link.
I mean that so you want me to let everybody in more as a Zoom instead of a webinar so we can see everybody?
Yeah, whatever you think is the best, that's fine. I don't have either way.
Okay.
Other people have the correct link, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was just us that I'd sent out.
The meeting, okay. Hey, I'll stop the recording for now. We'll start the recording when we start the.
It's okay. We just edit it later.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just edit because sometimes then we forget.
Yeah. Okay.
We've had that happen before.
Yeah. How many signups do we have?
We had about 20.
20. Okay.
That's
So
not bad for
Okay.
a short time.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
yeah, we can hear you.
Ryan, okay.
So I'm promoting everyone to panelists so that we can see
Yeah.
everybody that wants to participate.
I think that works the best. Thank you. All right. Hey, Lace.
Hey guys.
Yeah, then we can see everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Victor, Maria. Hey, Maria, Andy, Amber, Edmundo. Glad you made it. Trevor, hi, Trevor. How's your hip?
It's very slow recovery, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. There's the twin, Amber. It looks like you guys are laying down on the bed.
Yeah.
Comfy.
Been up here working all day, so
Yeah.
we are
We're
actually.
in Houston, in a hotel room. For some reason, we were working here, and but we thought this was a in-person meeting, so we had planned on doing it in
Oh.
person.
Oh,
And now we're in
Oh.
the hotel, so
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
in Houston. We can do in person.
there you go. Breakfast tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I sent that to you, so you should have it on your
Uh,
computer. We're gonna
Hey.
switch. We're gonna switch out here.
guys.
Devices.
Hey, everybody. Ever.
hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good, good. Glad you're able to join. Jeff, Brandon. We've got about 22 people signed up, so we'll give a few more minutes before we get started. And we can see the technical stuff in the meantime. I'll share screen.
Mhm.
I think I'll share screen too. That will work.
Yeah, there we go.
So you guys see this full slide right now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good. That's good. Yeah, okay, so we'll, what time is it? We'll give a few more minutes, 6:05. While we're waiting, so I know, of course, I know some of you guys, but few I don't know personally, but Mike and Jeet may know. So, mostly everybody has some sort of idea of the commercial investment, multifamily type of space, right? Anybody who's like have no idea of that or have no anything at all? Okay, that's what I thought. Everybody have at least some idea, so that's good. Okay, let's see. Should we start, Mike? In the interest of time, Mike Bailey.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, we'll get started. It's recorded, right?
Yeah, I've got quite a few more people coming in, so.
Oh, they are. Okay. Okay. We'll give them one more minute.
Well, yeah, it is recording.
Okay, so yeah, I see it's recorded, so it's good.
Well, let me get Ajit in here.
Yeah, Ajit is here. Hey, Ajit. Hey, Vlad, I didn't know you were a big dog, Vlad, from our WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
That's good, nice.
Hey, everyone.
Guys, good evening.
Hey, guys, good evening.
Hey,
Good evening,
Jay.
guys.
Okay, we'll get started. Just the regular housekeeping. Feel free to on the chat. I think you can ask any questions. We'll have at least 15 minutes at the end for questions. This is the first time we're doing this with the big dog, so you know, any input, anything is welcome. So. Welcome everybody. I'm Sanjay. Today here we're talking about Massive Capital as well as PSC properties and Menudo's deal doer machine. So, first time we think we are doing something awesome, something big. So wanted to share everything. So from agenda perspective, first majority of the time we're gonna spend on is who is Massive Capital. We have a little bit on business strategy and where we are now, and then we'll have some time for Q&A. So just to kick it off, you know, Massive Capital, we kind of came together at the beginning of this year. Last year, Mike Menudo and I were discussing. Mike Menudo is another big dog also. We were discussing, and Mike has an awesome residential platform. So as we were discussing, you know, we said, hey, could we apply that to the commercial side and could we do something? So, and 3 months later, I touched base with Mike again and he had everything up and going and running. So, you know, very impressive and get going. So, and we kind of got the first deal through that Mike's deal doer machine commercial version in La Porte, Texas, which is east of Houston area. So, and that was a $21 million purchase, multifamily apartment deal, a little too big for me at the time where I was at. So, you know, I called Ajit, so who's another big dog on here. I worked with Ajit for the last few years on various deals, you know, loved working with Ajit and has been in touch with Mike Bailey. I was in touch with Mike Bailey and Ajit was in touch with Mike Bailey. And Mike's been a big dog also since, you know, last couple of years. So three of us talked and it's like, hey, you guys want to go look at this deal and let's see if we can put this together. And Schreier, who Ajit had worked with and partnered with on deals for the last 4, 5, 6 years and had great success. So Ajit said, hey, do you mind if I bring Schreier? And we said, sure, why not? It's open. Very open, transparent on everything, which is kind of the theme you will see as we go along. So we all went, we did all our homework, spent a few days analyzing and everything, negotiating. And once we got our insurance quote, it fell through because seller wasn't willing to negotiate and the deal just wasn't worth it. So, but the four of us, that deal brought four of us together. And you know, we were at the right stage and the right mindset and the right experience for all of us for this. So we said, hey, let's see four of us together can do another deal. And right on at the same time, another deal in Pasadena, Texas, which is east of Houston, came up and we made that happen. We'll talk about that. So that's how we kind of came together at the beginning of this year. That was the formation of Massive Capital. So let me introduce the partners of Massive Capital and some of the other groups that we partner with. So we will talk about that. So I'll start with mine. You know, I joined Big Dog Group in 2016, starting with the single family fix and flip. Had a great mentor, Siva Palchuru. Big thanks to him for everything he's done for me and I've learned from him. but started on those fix and flip, quickly transformed to multifamily that Siva was kind of doing. I kind of grew, and we were up to about 1,400 doors, 9 deals that we had under management. 2019, my older daughter, got diagnosed with cancer. So I kind of left everything, and Siva picked up everything behind me. So I kind of went out, took care of my daughter, all good at now. Everything is going well. And that's where I kind of started to get back in last year and talked to Mike Menudo this year. We came together and kind of got back into the game. So background-wise, I'm an engineer, mechanical engineer by education. Went to University of Chicago, Booth School of Business, and kind of fell into banking after that. And 2016 is when I quit my Capital One banking job and got into full-time into real estate, and haven't looked back and been going there. So I'll do a quick, I'll hand it off to Ajit. And Ajit, you want to kind of introduce Shariah also and talk about your big dog journey as well as Massive here. Ajit?
Sure, that's perfect. Thank you, Sanjay, for the introduction. Well, hi, everyone. I am fortunate to be a big dog for, it's going to be over 6.5 years now. It was September of 2016, which, the Big Dog Group has been kind of life-changing, life-transforming for me in so many ways, far beyond real estate, from my health to being off medication to, completely reformulating my life and how success is driven, not necessarily by getting deals done, but by embodying peace in what how I operate every single day. So it's really all thanks to this group, which started, I can't believe it's been 6 years already. But as Sanjay's story is somewhat similar to mine, starting off on the single family side in 2016 and 2017, and realizing that there was a completely different ball game on the commercial end, which allowed for scale so much quicker than just buying one house at a time, which was really, really attractive for me, especially coming from a corporate background, which really paved the path to jumping over into the commercial world in 2019 and leaving the single family side behind. And since then, we've bought and operated hotels, warehouses, office, multifamily, and kind of dipped in every asset class. And that was with Shariah and myself. Shariah, the CFO of Massive, him and I started to partner together in 2017, and our relationship grew since that time. And he was amazing. We kind of landed in the same ballpark at the same time, transitioning to the commercial world. And so him and I collectively, we bought multifamily. We purchased every commercial asset together. And he was an amazing asset, an amazing person, human being to bring together to this team, to these four gentlemen, as we grew together in the last year or so. So now fully engaged with Massive the best that I can. And that's my story. Mike, do you want to say something about yourself?
Yes, thank you. Thanks Ajit and Sanjay and everyone else for being here. I'm probably the least known of the big dogs out there. I joined in like 2018, and I think I did a little bit, and then kind of took a hiatus myself, and then got active in really in 20 and kind of did some of my first deals. Then in 20 as a big dog, and started partnering with some people, and as well met Ajit along the way, and actually Ajit led me down the path eventually of multifamily. And it's like very interesting how all these paths lead to somewhere, and we all, I think a lot of us, there's a similar story almost every conference I go to in multifamily is I started in single family, and then I did this, and I did some more of those. And then I decided it was easier to scale and do some multifamily and apartments. So I went down that path as well. Joined some other programs, 10X being one of them with Grant Cardone. And over the last year and a half, I've just gone. It shows here 600 units. It's 800 now. We closed on 2 more properties last 2 weeks ago. One was 174 and 130. So it's not only just about the units, but it's the way that we come into the properties and the way we build the value around the opportunities we're doing. And one of the things that I've been focusing on, even though it's a little new for me, one of the things I focus on is how do I continue to bring other new people into the fold with me, with us, with Massive Capital to do, a lot of people want to be GPs or they just want to be passive investors. And we're looking for opportunities of how we can help others in that path. And that's really one of my passions, is kind of helping, teaching, learning along the way. So that's a bit about my story. Thanks.
Thank you, Mike. And both Ajit and Mike undersold themselves. Extensive experience, such a good heart. Both of them, cannot appreciate that more than anything else. So Schreier, oil and gas, been working for Shell in a CFO capacity, managing $1.5 billion worth of P&L. So, very strong financial background, and working with Ajit, done a lot of deals. And Shar is part of some of the other groups outside of Big Dog, Jake and Gino, Grant Cardone, and Mike's. I can't even count my fingers. I don't have enough fingers to count all the groups that Mike Bailey is part of. So he's whenever he goes on a conference, our database, every hour we have ads, and we'll talk about Jasmine here in a second. And actually, that's a good lead in. Some of the people that we have on our Massive Capital team currently, Jasmine. Just in the interest of time, I won't go into too much detail of them yet. I want to leave enough time for Q&A at the end. But Jasmine kind of manages our investor relations. She's part of multiple groups with Mike, based out of Houston. Candace Stearns help us on the equity raise, connecting with investors and verifying and doing that. Ramiz is based out of Houston also. Candace is based out of, she's in Michigan, right?
Michigan, yeah.
Michigan, yeah. Ramiz has worked with Schreier for a while, so he's kind of on the acquisition side, talking to the sellers, negotiating initially raw deals, and then if there's a good something, he kind of comes to us and kind of hands it over to Bhaskar. Bhaskar is based out of India. You'll see in a little bit the deal flow that we have loaded him with. We got our templates, we got our everything. We get the T12 rent roll, shoot it over to him. We get our initial model done to see if it's a deal exploring further or not. So these are kind of the 4 main. We got 3-4 other people. Mike's got his assistant. Shar's got a couple of the people. I've got my assistant here. So we're building up the team just to support the network and infrastructure here. So with that, I'll kind of lead to, so that's kind of Massive Capital, but you will see in our values and the vision, partnerships are the key. As a group in a partner, you can do a lot more than try to do everything yourself and hold on to everything. So Ash is a key partner for us. He has a huge portfolio, a little over $1 billion that he is part of various deals. Mostly, comes in as a balance sheet partner, providing the balance sheet for the lender, allows us to go after the 40, 50, $60 million deals that we're now looking at and reviewing. So Paul, I cannot say enough things about Paul. I'll let him introduce himself here in a second, but I worked with Paul for the last 4 or 5 years since I was became a big dog. He's been a great partner on my single family deals, lending there, as well as investing on the on the multifamily deals. But he has his own portfolio and the team that he's building. So I will hand it over to Paul. Oh, I had it open, your slides.
Okay, good. You got Paul's slides up.
Yeah, Paul, I have your slides in a second here, so you can start and I'll bring up the slides.
Well, thank you. It's great to meet everyone. And obviously we are telling stories of evolution here, right? So everyone has kind of come from somewhere and they're going somewhere. So a lot of people have started with single family and moved on to multifamily and other commercial assets. So my story is, I don't know, maybe a little different. I've been a head and neck surgeon for the last 30 years, and I just retired this last year. But during that, we also had a family real estate company on the side, and we've had that family company for about 20 years now. And so one of my big whys is that I get to work with my kids, and it's been a joy to work with them. I think they tell me, I assume it's a joy to work with me too, from their standpoint, but it's been a real kick. It's been a lot of fun working with them. So and then I partnered with another guy during that time as a surgeon, and we put together another development company. So that development company now has been active about 13 years, and we've done about 38 full cycle syndications. The asset value there was pretty close to 500 million. And we've enjoyed that company as well. So also I've been able to be president of my group, my surgical group. And then I was also fortunate enough to be chairman of a surgical hospital. So I've had some of those experiences, and they've been fun. So and then we joined this group called Big Dogs, and my son Ryan got me into that. Ryan, you want to say a couple words about how you got me into Big Dogs?
Sure. Yeah. Hey, everyone. My name is Ryan. I think it was about 2018, end of 2018. I walked into a Big Dog event, I think a Canis Major event specifically here in Austin. And, at the time I had just quit wholesaling and was full-time working with my dad in PSC and trying to build it up in Texas and trying to figure out, what to do, how to connect, build a network here in a different state. And, walked into that Big Dog meeting and loved everything I heard. They were, that was a Canis Major meeting. So it was more specifically geared to commercial, which was great because that's what we were trying to get into and do in Texas. And met Phil and Shinoa and Siva and a lot of other great Big Dogs, and have gotten a lot of value out of this Big Dog group. So yeah, we love the Big Dogs, and that's how we got started with them. So yeah.
I want to give a little shout out to David Teo also. David has been kind of instrumental in getting our group up together. And so we've tried to expand PSC and expanded in Texas. And so we've met the Massive group this last year and have really enjoyed working with them. And I think this is, again, just something that we've kind of evolved over time here. We're doing more and more deals, looking at more and more things. And so we were sitting there, Ryan and I were sitting there thinking, gosh, we got to, get some more people on board and get some more beef. And so we hired my daughter, Lacey. And so Lacey is our creative lead, and she is very creative, and she is definitely a lead. And she has her master's in web design and things. Lacey, could you please say a couple words about yourself?
Yeah, I started with my bachelor's in journalism and then worked as a copywriter for a little bit, and then went back to school and got my master's in graphic and web design. And then I joined PSC in the summer. So I do all of their like email newsletters, campaigns, OM decks, all of that kind of stuff. We're working on webinars now, kind of taking a lot off their plate that they don't need to focus on so they can do all of their deals. So that's been a really fun, partnership there.
And I think she's learning a lot about real estate herself, and I think hopefully that'll be her goal as well. And she's a graphic artist on the side, and so if y'all need any artwork done, she's awesome. Of course, I'm her dad, so but anyway, so maybe that.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad.
And so all of these pretty pictures are from Lacey, and so she's done. So maybe that next slide too. So again, just to think about how we started. This is my wife, and she's certainly part of our team, and it supports the rest of us with all of our meetings and all the things that we do. And so it's been phenomenal working with my wife and their mother, and so we're putting this all together. And then I think there's maybe one more slide, Sanjay, and this just shows some of the projects that we are involved in. We own a emergency room in Mesquite, and that's been a great investment for us. We've been a big part of the Villages at Fate, which we just purchased this summer, along with the Massive guys. We have an investment in the interesting kind of a storage space called X Space, and we that's where our offices are. PSC offices are in an X Space in.
And now here's someone you want to hear from, our sponsor.
For over 15 years, Skyline Title has been a trusted name in Texas real estate. From first-time homebuyers to seasoned investors, our team ensures a smooth, reliable closing experience every time. Backed by a decade of partnerships and proven success, we take pride in protecting your biggest investment, your home. Visit SkylineHTX.com to learn more.
Austin, and then this is the concept for the X Space in Houston, one of our investments. So one of the things that we like to concentrate on a little bit more, of course, on the side is the medical office space. And so that's, triple net pieces and very, very stable throughout all kinds of economic cycles, was very stable in 2008. And again, I think will be very stable throughout this next year. So we have some medical offices that we are doing some due diligence on right now. We hope to actually start a medical office fund. And again, we're working with Massive Capital through a lot of these things. And I just want to say that through all the things we've been through, it's been a joy to be part of the Big Dog Group. And it's been a pure joy to be part of the Massive Capital Group.
And then the final slide is just contact info,
Okay,
which I can also put into the chat.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Lacey. Good story, and again, a huge part of my journey. Paul has been, and now a big part of Massive Capital. I didn't get a chance to include anything here for Mike Menudo, but I've got Mike's here, a couple slides here. Really the precursor of Massive Capital started with Mike Menudo here. So Mike, I'll let you go through these couple slides, a couple minutes, and then I want to finish the rest and open up for Q&A.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, Sanjay, if you can refresh the slides, I just made a few changes. Or if you want me to share, that's fine too.
Did you email it to me?
Just hit the same link that I gave you before.
Oh, same link. Okay.
Yeah, just refresh it. Or if you just let me share, that's fine. I can do it.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You can share.
All right. All right, guys. So yeah, hi, I'm Mike Menudo. I've been a Big Dog for almost 4 years now, and you guys might have seen some Facebook posts about the deal doer machine. I've had that up and running since 2020. And that's basically a tools and leads and marketing and services platform for big dogs to come in and find deals and work on deals together. Like I said, we launched in 2020. We have about 175 big dogs working residential deals currently on the team. I've got 35 virtual assistants that are helping out with admin tasks and making cold calls. We made about 1 million calls last year, and we're just about at 1 million calls this year as well. We've got about 1.9 million leads in our database right now for big dogs to work on. We did almost $1 million in profit this year too, out of the team, which is pretty cool. We're pretty close. Hopefully, we'll get get a couple of more deals closed before the end of the year. And one of the things that happens early in the year was Sanjay and I met, and Nancy had heard that we were interested on Deal Doer Machine, interested in getting into commercial, and Sanjay and I spoke, and I dedicated a few VAs to start making calls, and went ahead and invested in CoStar to get some leads and do some underwriting reports and stuff like that, and things we kind of started out and we weren't quite sure what was going to happen. And then there was one point where my VA called me up and said, "Hey, we sent like nine leads to Sanjay just yesterday." And I was thinking, wow, that's really good. You guys are awesome. You know, they're just out making calls and, you know, connecting with potential multifamily sellers. And I'm like, Sanjay's going to call me pretty soon. And just a few hours later, Sanjay picks up the phone and goes, "Hey, Mike, you know, I think we might need some help on the on the deal underwriting side." So it was there. I mean, aside from, you know, the many interactions that I had with Sanjay, you know, I knew that we had something going, right? I knew that this was some good potential, and we had something here. So what we've been doing over the past several months now is really formulating a plan of how we can take the Deal Doer Machine platform and services and tools concept and merge it with the stuff that Massive Capital is doing. So what we've come up with is, and I termed this very, very loosely, this is not an official name, but the Massive Multifamily Machine, right? Partnership between Deal Doer Machine and Massive Capital, providing a platform for multifamily and commercial investors, giving them all the tools, leads, services, training, and partnerships they need to learn the multifamily investing space and to find deals and close deals with the team of professionals at Massive Capital. This is everything that multifamily investors need to get started, to start closing deals. So we really think of this in the same way we think of it as, you know, on the residential side, we think of this as a one-stop platform that's going to give everybody everything that they need. So we're going to have all the tools for investors, including our classic CRM that's got a dialer, text messaging, email, calendar appointments, tasks, all that stuff. We're going to have Red IQ, which is what is going to help the team do underwriting and deal analysis. Red IQ is awesome, by the way. I don't know how it does what it does, but it can basically take a mess of T12s and other property information and like scan it in like magic and just put all the numbers in the right place so that Sanjay and the team can actually start doing proper analysis and underwriting on that property. This is a great way to really automatically start to get this process of looking at deals, you know, running really, really really simply. And I'm, you know, a big software and automation fan, so this is kind of like I geek out on these kinds of things. We also have leads from the best sources that are out there. You guys, if you haven't heard of CoStar yet, CoStar is like the Mac Daddy of commercial tools, commercial lead sources, underwriting reports, all that stuff. We're going to get Reonomy as well, and then folks can get in and start working leads, doing marketing. We've got our CRM loaded up with hundreds of thousands of commercial leads, It's got all the property contact information. We've got underwriting information available. Folks that are on the team can go off and call and message and direct mail and reach out to these sellers. My VAs can also help make those calls and do that marketing for you too.
This Deal Doer has been a great partnership. Firsthand, I worked through it, and we're going to have a completely separate session for Deal Doer to kind of go through those details. Whoever is interested, there. So Mike, that's good. Thank you for this. This is great.
Sure.
Anything else before I switch over to the other slides?
No, I think we covered it. I think we're good.
Okay, perfect. I'll take the sharing back. So give me a second.
Can we ask some questions or?
Just give me 10 more minutes, and then we'll open up for questions. Some of the things that I will talk about may answer some of the questions. So you know, from a Massive Capital perspective, you know, the key partners are there, and I wanted to talk about our vision a little bit, which you know, this vision, there's a lot here. Learned a lot from Phil and Shinoa. This means a lot for us. So, you know, there's a lot of thought went into this. You know, we want to do the deals. We're a bunch of nerds getting together, love to do the real estate deals, but we want to enable others, what Mike kind of mentioned a little bit earlier. All four of us, all the extended partners are passionate about enabling others. How we do that, and, you know, kind of details are there within Massive Capital. Transparency is huge for us. I'll talk a little bit about the transparency on the next one. You know, just having everything clear out in the open in the writing is a big deal for us. Social impact is big deal for us. Really, you know, the way we look at it, we think is, you know, why do we do anything that we do? It comes down to the people you work with and the impact you have with everybody else. And you know, when you own these properties, multifamily apartments, you have impact on people's lives. And just a small decision to, you know, allow a portion of the budget for allocated for something, or allowing a policy change, can have a big impact on communities that we look for. And of course, we're all passionate about real estate, what we do. This is our hobby. This is our work 24/7. We are all into this. But at the same time, we respect a lot, right? So, you know, Jeet mentioned a little bit, he's gone through some tough times. I've gone through tough times. Mike, Bailey, all of us have gone through, and we respect and work with each other on that. So do we with the extended partners. So you know, not going into those details here, but maybe we'll have another session at some point to go into the details, especially how do we enable our partners, right? We enable by, you know, if somebody likes to operate, we can, you know, put the fuel on that fire by reducing the equity, the debt burden, the source of the deals. If somebody is looking for more from an equity and raise perspective, and some of these terms may be a little bit confusing for some of you if you don't know commercial side, which we're happy to answer in future. But you know, we're sourcing deals, due diligence, the asset, what Mike Menudo talked, the whole platform that's there. So just a little bit more detail. You know, how do we show the transparency, right? So when we work with our, you know, in this multifamily commercial space, there's a lot of uncertainty of who's getting what, how are we partnering, what does the partnership looks like, who gets paid what. So you know, we don't take full credit for this matrix here, but between the deal sourcing, the risk capital, the balance sheet, asset management, all these, you know, we said, okay, let's come up with something. We'll have this up front. As soon as a deal comes in, we have this up front and try to have an agreement on this. And as soon as the deal closes, we come together and finalize this and have this clear who's getting what, how getting paid, what are the responsibilities. So those are kind of at the bottom highlighted there. And then, how do we enable other partners? So we've got the platform for end-to-end that from a Massive Capital perspective that we're building. So on the deal flow side, that's where the partnership with Mike Menudo is key. For equity and debt, partnership with Ash and Paul and a couple other, the balance sheet partners that we have those. Contract to close, we are constantly training on various aspects of this, the negotiations that we're working with. We're working with everything, and there is no charge for this, right? We're not like it's a sales pitch for anything here. The deal doer machine, all the tools and services that go into that, which is really on the upfront portion of this. The services that cost, we pass on that's there, but really when we, from a Massive Capital perspective, when we partner on the deals, when we do this, this is all on a deal by deal basis. But our goal is to provide that platform, the clarity, the expertise and experience to make a deal happen, right? When a deal works, when a deal closes, everybody gets paid. So that's kind of high level of the Massive Capital. Let me talk a little bit about our business strategy, the markets we are focusing on, why we're focusing on. So, we've kind of picked the markets that we think will do well over the next few years. Big data nerds, all of us. So next 3 slides, I've got a bunch of data that I won't go into details today, but all that data analysis kind of went into that, like, okay, let's focus on these markets. The markets in green where we have some sort of a property ownership, and blues we are still looking, but numbers don't work, so we are out. Not yet, but sooner or later it'll happen. Those are the primary focus. If there's a deal in the market that really is a good deal and we can run through our platform, sure, we'll do the deal, but we do that. I'll skip the strategy slides there for now, and a quick one, kind of our journey and where we are. In March, we closed the first deal in Gonzales, the Pasadena deal, where the 4 of us kind of came together. That's in Houston, Texas. Right after that, in June, this was the first deal that came through the deal doer machine. VAs found this, I connected, and we made this happen. Paul, PSC Properties, is the major partner on this for the loan. And on this one, we did a recourse loan with a fixed interest because we saw the interest rate going up. So we're sitting on our cool 7-year fixed interest rate for this that Paul had guaranteed. But that is an important guarantee that's needed, without which the deal wouldn't happen. Right after that, we closed a smaller deal in Denver, Colorado, again, enabling the local Nirmal, who's locally based in Denver, that we kind of facilitated and helped them and closed the deal. After buying the land in Fate, the mixed-use building that in Fate, we ended up buying this lot for the development for that. And we just closed 2 weeks ago the deal in Macon, Georgia. Again, we partnered with another group, Think Multifamily, which is outside of Big Dog Group, but partnership, as you will see, is the key theme. And we established that GP matrix up front to make sure everybody's clear on how they're getting what they're getting. This one in Fayetteville, North Carolina, great little sub-market. That's John there, and that's Bobby behind there. They're not big dogs, but we partnered with them, local partners. We vetted them, and I love John and Bobby. They're awesome operators. So, we just partnered. It's closed 2 weeks ago. We're working on another deal with them in the same Fayetteville market, a little bit bigger property than Water's Edge, but John and Bobby have one deal. They closed one smaller deal. This is their second deal. And then we're working with them on a 60-unit deal. And then we'll work on a future deal, and their goal is to quit their corporate jobs currently. In Houston, a new development. This comes through Ajit's contact, but kind of working that, developing that, new construction. Again, working with another partner for my construction experience and bringing that. And to kind of wrap that up, this is our deal flow tracker that we track and we do. So this year, this deal tracker, you can hardly read anything, which kind of, it's got 113 rows. 88 of those we analyzed and archived because they didn't work out, but we like to keep the history because these deals come back. 8 of these deals is what we have closed that we talked about on the previous slides. All the others are either in the initial underwriting, LOI offer, or under contract that we're working through it. So, and this is the power that we really like to share. We're not very secretive or protective of this. Monday morning, we have a call. We openly share during the week as the deal pops up. We're on the call talking through the underwriting, and from our channel perspective, the local partners, the Houston, Denver, North Carolina, Dallas, San Antonio, whoever wants to join, they're welcome to join and get on it. We're not planning on doing a lot of formal stuff, but it's a training that you learn as you go, and that's the real stuff, right? Real deal. But anyway, that's kind of the openness and the transparency that we operate and we like to see from our perspective. We're pumped up to grow now because we're at the peak of the interest rate cycle. We think maybe one more increase, but interest rates are as high as they're going to be. Of course, nobody has a crystal ball, not an advice to anybody, but we think the market thinks interest rates are going to lower over the next few years, in which case anything bought today becomes a better deal in future as the interest rates drop. So I'll leave at that. I'll open up for Q&A, comments, any feedback, very informal. So please feel free to pitch in. Jackie, you had a question?
Hey, Jackie, I think you're on mute.
Jackie, you're, let me see if I can unmute you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect.
I don't know what happened. Sort of my little control panel disappeared. What I wanted to ask, it's probably what everybody wants to know, like, how do we get involved? I mean, you have this deal doer machine. You've got a list of deals you're already looking at. How would we get started?
Yeah, so
you don't want to be looking at things people are already looking at, or I mean, what do you envision for how people can be part of this effort?
Yeah, so our vision, oops, sorry about that. Our vision on this is, we're not here to sell anything per se, right? So we're not really pursuing anybody, chasing anybody. The onus is whoever is interested, whoever has the passion and the respect, right? That passion is a big deal. So whoever has the passion, come engage with us. We don't really like the, hey, here is a deal from a broker. What do you think? That's a non-starter. Anybody who sends me that, I'm sending them a quick template. So we got a lot of checklists and templates, and we share openly. Nothing is a secret from our perspective. So I'm sending a quick deal analysis template. Like, hey, get your average rent, get your average square footage and average price per door. Do this, then come talk to me. Don't forward me a deal from a broker. From a high level perspective, we don't really look at the deals that are advertised openly by the broker, because that's open market, not going to work. So off market, our own marketing with Mike Menudo and other channel we have, as well as the local markets, right? Local market knowledge is key. So back to your question, Jackie, is pick a deal. If you don't know how to analyze, call us, right? One of us will get on a call and walk through our initial high level deal analysis template, as well as we'll be rolling out Red IQ soon. So, we can analyze on Red IQ. Get that in there, let's analyze. We were happy to share rule of thumbs that are used in that underwriting, and deal works or not, we discuss. And if it works, we're full swing on that after that, right? If a deal works, then this matrix, every box in this will get used if a deal works, right? And we've got the checklists and stuff behind all of these things. So yeah, if one deal doesn't work, then the next one and the next one. So that's kind of the first one. Second thing is, you pick what area would you like to play in? Would you like to be the deal finder? Would you like to be the equity portion, helping investor relations and raise there? Or would you like to be the asset manager eventually, road to sponsorship, which I always say, if you like to do sponsor a deal, there's a path to that. Think about if you were giving your money to somebody, 50,000, 100,000, and the level of experience that you yourself have, will you feel comfortable giving your money to you with your experience? If the answer is no, because you don't have enough experience, then you're not ready to be a sponsor quite yet, full-fledged sponsor, right? But that's where, start playing in these buckets on this, either on the equity or on the contract to close or on the deal flow. If somebody has a good balance sheet, then on the debt or the investor relations side, they can play that. Asset management, let's start playing on the asset management. As the deal comes in, we're happy to bring in on the real deals. So that's kind of the answer to that. Today was more of a, get to know Massive. We don't like to do sales pitches, so there wasn't a big sales pitch, but we'll have, what we have is Monday morning, we have a meeting where we kind of go through our deal tracker and talk through the deals. That's real live information and learning there, right? Throughout the week, I created Mike Bailey and I created a WhatsApp group for big dogs only. So we're going to start posting there as the stuff comes up for various markets. I know that channel has been a little bit quiet this week because we wanted to have this meeting, and then so that channel will get active and chime in. If you see something that's in your area or you like something, chime in and give a call and let's go. That's the way we have. We don't have anything formal from that perspective.
I mean, do you have like an ID that we get to look at what's in the database, or how do we get started?
You mean the deal, our deal tracker?
Deal tracker or the deal doer machine?
So deal doer machine is a completely separate thing. I think Mike Menudo is going to have a separate session on that. That one does have a cost to it if you would like to join the deal doer machine itself. And that targeted more towards finding the deals. So that one will have an ID and login and all those things. But on a deal side, like it's on a deal specific basis, right? So we're not really like giving IDs or anything. It's we start talking, we analyze the deal, work through the deal, and you're learning as we're going through that. And I know Amber and Lacey, you guys are part of the Brad Sumrock group. So learn here, and if you find a deal in the Brad Sumrock group, go do the deal there. That's completely fine for us. We're working actively with somebody from Brad Sumrock's group in Houston. That a deal came to us. Actually, Ash brought the deal to us. It's almost a foreclosure deal of just under 600 doors. So, so actually, Brad Sumrock, one of the Brad Sumrock students, we talked to him on a couple deals, very, very sharp and very motivated and passionate. So we're kind of partnering with him, and he's doing the initial analysis, he's doing the comps, he's doing a lot of the runaround, and we just today we analyzed the underwriting and kind of going from there. So hope that answers the question.
Sort of. I'll probably need to talk to you offline.
Yeah, I think
need a little more nuts and bolts about.
Yeah, I would just say, some of this follow up with, Sanjay or I or Ajit, and we can, answer any of your questions, or Paul as well, for sure. And I was going to answer, I needed to address Victor really quick, my buddy. He's asking about Illinois and the blue state and or whatever. So actually, though, it's interesting because the deal, I actually did some deals there and some small apartments, but it's actually with another big dog. His name's Bill Quigley, who's based in Illinois. And Bill actually was one of the first big dogs that I did even a small or a single family with a few years ago. So just after he had joined the big dogs. So yeah, and I think you're part of, investing in certain places, really, when you really know an area and you're comfortable and it's maybe not, a big apartment or something or whatever it is, but there's a lot to just home knowledge that, how it's going to work, how it's going to react, how people are going to be. So some of that actually has a play in it. Paul, I know, invests a lot up in places outside of, Texas, up in the Northwest as well. And, and there's a lot of places that work, that are maybe not the common ones that we think of.
Yeah, I've heard of other people in real estate meetings talking about Illinois and Indiana too, I think.
Yeah, and blue states are blue states. There are growth states, and there are what we call a big state and a growth state, right? So like some of the data we analyzed, New York, California are two of the biggest markets, but that may or may not mean good deals are there because the price is too high. So, the Dallas comes above Houston. There's Houston. So, Illinois is not up there. North Dakota is, somewhere in these smaller boxes there, such a small state. But one of the guys we were talking said, hey, I have a deal. I know the local market, oil and the gas context. So we're looking at a deal in North Dakota. But from a high volume perspective, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Georgia, Phoenix, Denver, these are kind of the big focus, and those are the good markets. So Illinois is yeah, it's a blue state. It's got some problems, but if deal is there, deal is a deal, and if the price is right, everything can be a deal.
Correct.
Good. Right at 7 o'clock. So I'll stick around. We'll stick around. Questions. If you need to drop off, please feel free to drop off. Reach out to any of us as anything. So.
What time is that call on Monday or Mondays?
Mondays is 9 a.m.
And is that open to people to just come and listen?
It sure is.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can post it in the WhatsApp group so you guys can join.
Okay.
Thanks.
Awesome.
What are the comments or questions?
Hey Sanjay, this is Mike here.
Yeah, I was just thinking of you, and I was going to call you out. So go ahead.
Hey, I think one of the things we're trying to figure out is that we understand that there's all these deals that are out there, but that's available, but very, very different from, let's say, multifamily, right? Sorry, a single family where you go door knocking and yellow letters and all that, right? So without access to the, let's say, the commercial version of the deal doing machine or CoStar, how do we go and source leads?
So sourcing the leads, right? That's it's very, very different for commercial, right? Mike Menudo and we, Massive Capital, we've got a platform, we got CoStar access, we got data, we got leads, we got VAs, we're calling, right? But we're up against brokers who have full-time associates paid hundreds of thousands of dollars just to hunt these deals and chase these owners, right? On top of that, that data is just so complicated and inaccurate that it takes a lot to clean up that data and get to where you have a contact with the seller, right? And the brokers, the property management company, the LLC, and then the LLC owners, it's just so convoluted. It's very, very difficult. So finding the deal, I would say, the first to find a deal, probably not the right thing to attack, to go find a deal. That's the reason we have this deal flow. I shared this is, hey, if somebody wants to play, we got the deal flow. More than likely, we're looking at a deal in Dallas, just under 500 doors in North Dallas. Another sort of a foreclosures, distressed seller type of situation comes through the network. So finding a deal, yes, you can start calling, you can drive and do those channels. You'll find something. Eventually you'll hit something, right? But networking with brokers and network, right? Going to these conferences and networking with people is really, those two do drive value, but finding a deal is hard, right? And at the same time, what I kind of want to reiterate throughout this is you cannot, even if you find a deal, you cannot do it on your own, right? And once you find a deal, it's like, 60 days and it's ticking, otherwise somebody else is scooping up a deal. Because if it's a good deal, it's gonna get scooped up. If it's not a good deal, you're gonna be the sucker. So if you do find a good deal, you gotta move quick. You gotta have that balance sheet, you gotta have the equity, you gotta have the loan relationship. So that's where really, being part of a team and a partnership is important. So coming and playing, staying with the team and kind of staying in touch, and as we have the deals and we analyze and we look through it. Jackie sent a couple deals, and Jackie, sorry, I looked at that one. It wasn't that attractive, and then the other two were a little smaller, so I didn't get a chance to look through it. But I go back to the, hey, I'll email our initial quick assessment template, right? It's got only 4 or 5 parameters. Punch those in and see how does it look, right? Don't waste a lot of time. Those few key parameters. We cannot close on a deal with just that initial template, but that's a good screening tool to, you want to waste the time or not for further thing. But from a underwriting perspective, from a boots on the ground with Lay, when I met with Lay the other day, we were talking about that small portfolio, which fell through, and what the seller wants is a crazy high price. But just that's how it works. Eventually, the deal works out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. If they're good, they go fast. If they hang around, they're not that good.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't get discouraged as the deals don't work out. What I always say is, one deal rejected is money saved. That you do 10 good deals, one bad deal. That one bad deal is going to wipe out your profits from all those good deals. So it's more important to say no to the deals than yes, because the ones that you're going to say yes to after saying no to a lot of them, it's going to be the really good one. So that's, but when that comes, you want to be ready.
I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
It's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Yep. So I know some of the people joined late. I see Justin is here now. Justin is on the WhatsApp group. He had a very interesting concept that we had earlier this week. And again, kind of along the Phil and Shanoa's footsteps, we create the WhatsApp group for multifamily commercial sort of connections and networking. We don't care. Go outside and network and connect with each other and figure out what works for you guys. And if you're ready to do a deal, you need any help on any of these things, and you think we can help, call us, right? No harm, no foul, because go network and work with each other. So that's the power of the partnership, and which we are very big on the partnership. So, what else? Any other questions?
Well, if we want to look at that spreadsheet you had with the deals are working, just to kind of get educated, how would we get that?
Let's start with the Monday call. We'll share the Monday call for the in the WhatsApp group. Are you on the you are on the WhatsApp, right?
Yeah, I just joined just a couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are not on the group, we have these pseudo channels, as we call it. They are WhatsApp groups, and so we've got like Mike Bailey is the king of those groups. We have like 12 of those or 13. So one for Denver, one for this weekend. We are going to a conference in Orlando, Florida. So we have a lot of WhatsApp group, floating around for that, for people to connect, right? And always, all those groups, we focus on like, hey, connect with each other, connect with us, network, get to know people, and get out there. Learn, and partner. So, and hopefully we will be one of the one we partner at some point, but if you partner with somebody and the deal happens, it's great because there's enough for everybody to go around. There is no need to beat each other up. So yeah, we'll share that on the WhatsApp group. If you guys are not part of a WhatsApp group, we do have a Big Dog exclusive WhatsApp group. I don't know if it's possible to share that link here. Mike,
I can. I think I can. Just go ahead, Sanjay. Let me try.
It's possible to share that WhatsApp link here. Share that in the chat. So if you're not part of that, join there, and that group will get active, by the way. So sometimes I have to turn on my WhatsApp, especially when I'm with my wife, because she thinks she's not important from me. So yeah. And there comes my dog. Hey, Justin, thanks for joining. Yeah, Justin, I'm just reading your comment in the chat. Anything, yeah, let's continue to talk, and anything we can partner is good.
Yeah, I just want to comment that. Just want to comment that, as is pretty obvious, is that multifamily is pretty much a team sport, and I think you're going to be happiest if you're teaming up with somebody, JVing with somebody. Single family can be a single person sport, but multifamily is definitely a team sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sanjay, the link is there.
Yeah, everybody, guys, the WhatsApp group link is in the chat. Copy it, click it, join the WhatsApp group. If not, text us, reach out to us. I'll put up our contact information. We can send it.
And now a lot of I reached out to a lot of you that I hadn't connected with before, so now you know who I am as well, if you hadn't seen me. So thank y'all.
Yeah, if no other questions, we'll wrap it up. Go back to families. Thank you for joining, and look forward to more conversations in the future.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
And I was going to tell.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I was going to tell like Amber and Janae, you can use that chat to funnel anything you want to us through that. That way you'll get quicker responses then. The whole team will be looking at stuff with you.
Perfect. Cool. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mike.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.
Good job, Sanjay.
Thanks, Mike.
Great job. Let me stop. I'll stop the recording.